What is going on, guys? I have a new video here, wanting to go over specifically kind of choosing your acquisition channel based on your business, industry you're in, and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of people don't actually quite understand the advertising realm world in the sense of why certain platforms acquisition channels are better than others depending on the industry niche and so forth, right? So specifically in this video we're going to talk about step two here, choosing basically your acquisition channel. So the three that I'm going to touch on here is Meta, TikTok, and Google. And the reason why is because these are tend to be the top three that perform well across all industries. In some cases, YouTube is very well for advertising. LinkedIn advertisements are pretty good. But in general, these are usually a go-to when it comes to starting your advertisements and kind of scaling your business to getting to 20, 30, 40K a month. Now, in general, the funnel process, I want to preface, is pretty much similar across all acquisition channels, but the way that you advertise and the way that you are actually put in front of your target audience is different across all these platforms. So usually when it comes to, I guess we can start with Meta. Meta tends to I would say, be the main one that you want to start with in most cases. The reason being is just because Meta is going to provide you the cheapest leads, the in general okay quality leads, as long as you can sift through them, manage them, qualify them, and so forth. And not only are they the cheapest, so they're the easiest to start with, they also have, I would say, the best for lead generation in general. So um, now it does kind of vary. So if you're doing, let's say, a landscaping business versus you're a real estate agent, those are vastly different in terms of kind of who your ideal target audience is, and that's when things can vary in terms of what acquisition system you want to choose. So with Meta, like I said, there are different sort of ad campaigns you can run. You can run an awareness campaign. You can run a lead campaign, which in most cases what you guys are going to be doing. And there's other ones. You can run just campaigns straight to your website to drive traffic there. But in general, if we're talking about lead acquisition and basically what platform to decide for you to get leads, Meta is going to be a go-to platform for cheap leads, easy to get started and get set up, and not a very high entry to barrier. So for real estate agents, this actually is a great, great offer or a great option to start with, because you can get people who are, let's say, trying to sell their home or buy their home, who are scrolling through social media, but are very, very top of funnel. So if you can create a funnel in a sense where, kind of follow this funnel here, where you have those ad creatives created, you have your text copy, you have everything built on the front end, and you can kind of have a good infrastructure going down the funnel, having a good survey, forms, lead forms, website, whatever it may be, having a place for those leads to go into after they fill out your form, your website, your survey, whatever it may be. You can then set up texts, emails, automations, that kind of thing, the jazz that we all know and love. A lot of people usually use Follow Up Boss for this kind of stuff. You can use Go High Level. You can there's KV Core. There's endless options for this as a real estate agent. But in general, you essentially want to make sure that you have a good funnel in place. Otherwise, you're not going to have a lot of success. And this is why I see a lot of agents say, "Oh, Facebook advertisements, Instagram advertisements don't work for me. I've tried them in the past." But what they have failed to do is actually create a good funnel to nurture those leads, bring them down the funnel, bring them down through the pipeline, obviously your pipeline, and present them with, as we talked about in a previous video, an irresistible offer, and actually catering to their needs and what they're looking for. Now, with Meta advertisements, a lot of people tend to just run a super basic ad, don't really have an offer, and then they don't see a lot of success with it because they're bringing in bad leads, people who are not filling out their name, number, email. They're having things just automated and automatically sent over. So in some cases, you can have somebody who comes in through Meta. If let's just say if you have a very, very basic advertisement ran, that could essentially be something as simple as um, putting out your content of why people should potentially choose you as an agent. And then from there, all of their information, their name, number, email, and any of the, whatever else you might want to collect can be auto generated and sent over to you. And in that case, a lot of people's Instagrams and Facebook information can be outdated. And in that case, when you text somebody or email somebody, it's the wrong email, and they say, oh, wrong person, wrong email, whatever it may be. I've been there, I've been through all of that, and I've learned from it. And there's at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are millionaires, super successful with just meta advertisements, no other client acquisition, not working with SOIs, not working with anybody else, like just strictly paid ads. And the reason why is because they take it all a step further, or in this case, 10 steps further, and they make sure that every single little detail is accounted for. And whether that be them manually filling out their information, getting them down into their website, filling out a survey, whatever it may be, a form specifically, and then all of their text and email sequence automations are on point. They know exactly when to message them, all that kind of stuff. Everything's in place. That's when you're going to start seeing very, very good success with Meta. And in general, I usually tend to say that Meta is the best platform to go with. I guess moving inversely here, going right to left, TikTok is a platform that tends to perform very well for specific niches and industries. I have seen a lot of agents have some success with TikTok, but usually it can be better for organic content, short form content, that kind of thing, to be able to build awareness and build your brand around yourself. So let's say you're if we go back to the topic of landscaping, as a landscaper, you can have a lot of success with TikTok shorts, right? If you're posting short form content of you cleaning properties, whatever it may be, that can drive a lot of traffic, a lot of awareness to your page, or if you want to have like a funnel going to your website in general. What that's going to do is when you have awareness, when you have eyeballs showing on your business, in return, what that's going to do obviously is bring you more business and bring you more traffic. Now, as an agent, like I said, have had people had success with TikTok advertisements and organic content on TikTok. But in general, if you're looking for leads specifically, I would say Meta tends to perform better. Now, with Google, and again, just to preface, the funnel is very similar across all platforms. You obviously want to make sure you tweak things. With Google, the biggest thing with Google that I have seen other businesses, I personally don't prefer using Google for my own business and as well as for agents that I partner with, just because the biggest thing with Google is the SEO is very important. So when you're running advertisements, if there's people who have already been in this market and have already been in the Google, like let's just say in your local area running Google advertisements for quite a long time, they're going to outshine you 9 out of 10 times, just simply because they already have an established image on there. They tend to pop up first when people search for them. And in general, the way Google advertisements work is they're more targeted directly to a little bit of a warmer audience. And why is that? So with Google advertisements, those are going to be advertisements that people are actually going into Google searching for specific things. So let's just say if you're an agent, a real estate agent, they're searching real estate agent near me, or I need help selling my home, or whatever it may be, right? Those kinds of keywords are what's going to have your advertisement pop up. However, if there's somebody who's been dominating the market in the Google, on Google advertisements, they're going to show up first. They might be the first real estate agent that pops up. And in most cases, if they have good reviews, people tend to just go with the top option, best reviews, and so forth. So you're kind of digging yourself in a hole, or you got to be in it for the long run, and you got to spend a lot of money with Google to actually have it pan out. Now, the leads tend to be higher quality on average, just because those individuals already have an idea of what they want. They're already searching for a real estate agent. They're already kind of going out and looking for something of that nature. This is great for landscaping businesses or other B2B businesses, just because if, let's just say you are let's say a maintenance company, a cleaning company. Now, if you're running Google advertisements, a lot of people can often search for, cleaning near me or building maintenance near me or whatever it may be. Now, you can, obviously it still comes down to the same thing, where if there's other building, companies or building maintenance property companies in the area, they might obviously show up there as well. But B2B ads tend to work very well in this situation because people are searching for that kind of service. But like I said, in general, I would say when it comes to B2C, Meta might be your go-to. TikTok is all right. It's better for organic content. And Google advertisements tend to be better for B2B services. That's why I usually tell real estate agents to kind of shy away from this. I've been in the real estate industry now for quite a little over 2 years, specifically working on this advertising side, but well over 5 years in general, doing other things. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys and kind of helping you choose what platform to go with. Now, in general, for any business, I would say that is pretty much applicable. B2B is better for Google on average, and I would say Meta is better for B2C on average. Um, TikTok is closer to, I would say, B2C than anything. But um, yeah, this video was something that I just wanted to make because I've seen a lot of people kind of hesitant on what platform to go with and ultimately just don't decide on anything with advertisement just because they don't quite know where to go. So I wanted to give sort of a sense of direction on um, what it is you can do, or what it is you can start with to see some sort of success, and how you can decide on your client acquisition channel. So I will go ahead and end this video now. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.